Speaking of eye water and SFA, this patented technology's amazing story begins with one of the most important wellness discoveries of our time. Do you remember the 1986 meltdown of the reactor at the Chernobyl nuclear plant in the Ukraine? It was a disaster like we've never seen before or since. Millions of people were negatively impacted by the significant radiation fallout. However, there was a group of people in the area that didn't suffer the same health consequences that so many others experienced. Because of this surprising finding, a number of scientists came together in order to determine what caused this particular group's unexpected reaction to such a dangerous toxin. After intense research and testing, it was determined that the water that the unaffected group of people was drinking, which came from a remote mountain spring in the Caucasus Mountains, was the only plausible explanation as to what enabled this particular group of people to remain healthy while others suffered. You see, the scientists discovered that this remote mountain spring water was in a very specific, long-range molecular structure, a structure that was very similar to what healthy cell water looks like. So the scientists' conclusion was that it was this unique, long-range alignment of that water that helped keep this particular group of people well hydrated and virtually free of toxic buildup in their cells. Basically, whatever toxins they were exposed to, those toxins were apparently flushed out of their body very quickly. Based on these fascinating findings, for the next 15 years, Russian scientist Dr. Igor Smirnov dedicated himself to developing a device or a machine that would be able to replicate that same type of powerful living water. And his efforts paid off big time because in 2002 he received a patent for his invention from the United States Patent and Trademark Office. And today, GIA and its thousands of distributors have the rights to bring this groundbreaking patented single-file alignment technology to the world. And the way these ultra-hydrating single-file alignment technologies are being delivered is through GIA's eye water activation home system as well as its portable companion product, the eye water travel system. GIA's patented SFA technology transforms regular filtered water that you drink into super fast hydrating water that is 400 times more liquid than the water you started out with. And the eye water activation system makes that transformation happen in literally a push of a button and in a quick 30 minutes. Let's take a look at how the eye water actually works.
Scientists and health experts have called GIA's patented eye water activation system revolutionary and one of the most powerful wellness breakthroughs of the last century. Here's why. Most people are not aware that the water they drink every day is chaotically structured and too bulky for their cells to easily absorb. How do we know? Because a few years ago, Nobel Prize-winning science proved that water and nutrients need to be in a single file so that they can be easily absorbed by the tiny water channels in our cells. See, we are born with single-file aligned water in our body. Think of it as a string of pearls. Plus, when you're young, the body is able to convert the bulky, chaotic water we drink into that single file. But as we age, like so many other processes, this process breaks down. Which means that despite us drinking a lot of water, very small amounts of it are actually absorbed, and we become more and more dehydrated. The easiest way to picture the importance of being in a single file as opposed to being in a clump is this. Imagine a large group of people trying to get through a single doorway all at once. They'll run into each other, and it would take forever, right? But once people get into a single file, they motor on through. Since most people are not able to absorb water properly, they're chronically dehydrated, which makes them look and feel much older than they are. Sort of how a raisin that is shriveled up looks very different than a plump grape. Think about it. The only difference between the two is how hydrated they are. So how do you create single-file aligned water? Just pour clean water into the eye water pitcher, and with a simple push of a button, the patented eye water activation process bombards your clean water with a stream of specific targeted frequencies that breaks up the water clumps and realigns them into a single file. So after 30 minutes, you have truly super liquid eye water. That's intelligent, lively water that easily streams into your cells, allowing your toxins to be flushed out and nutrients to be brought in. So remember, be a grape, not a raisin.